What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Matt's Mind here. It's the weekly video Q&A series. If you guys have any questions you want me to answer here and be featured on the video, make sure you drop a like down below, comment your question in the comment section, and of course subscribe if you guys haven't already. We got episode number 48 today. We're back for the third week in a row, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. Scuba Moose is asking, do you have any ideas for Matt's Mind episode 50 or 100? I think for episode 50, I'm probably going to do a live Q&A. I did this a while ago, just testing the waters, and it actually went really well. So I think we're gonna do something similar along those lines, where I'll probably just live stream and then maybe either answer questions directly from chat or maybe have people come on in Discord and sort of talk with me and do that kind of stuff. It was really fun the first time around, so hopefully that's something what we're gonna do. But that's not the only option. If you guys have any ideas that we can do for episode 50 and episode 100, let me know down below in the comments as well. Brock Builds is asking, what do you think the upcoming $30 unknown set for August is going to be? Now, I would love to think it's going to be something resembling the 501st Battle Pack, where it's something very similar, where we get a couple of troopers and maybe droids or enemies from each side. However, I know there was a rumor going around that LEGO said they're not doing any battle packs this year. Now, if we're excluding the possibility of battle packs for the sake of this video, let's say the rumor is 100% true, for $30, I mean, there's not much it really can be. Maybe we could see something very similar to maybe Trouble on Tatooine, where it comes with maybe 2 or 3 minifigures, and then there's like a specific scene, maybe inspired from the Bad Batch TV show or something like that. So I think if it's not going to be a battle pack, it's going to be something similar to Trouble on Tatooine. I doubt it would be something along the lines of like Anakin's Interceptor or anything like that. But I was asking, what is the most difficult part of developing your specific style for this channel, and how did you know what to go with? So obviously the biggest thing for me is wanting to set myself apart. I want there to be something that's different inherently in my content and in my videos, and I think that's just sort of my relaxed, chill nature. I remember I tried testing the waters with, you know, a bunch of different personalities, super hyper, super mellow in the past, and I think this one kind of works, and I've actually gotten to a point where I like listening to myself on camera and in my audio, my voice, and everything like that. So developing my style really wasn't too much of an issue. It kind of just came naturally, and people seem to really like it here on the channel. But I will say that if you are struggling to develop your persona or your style, just be true to what you think is the most natural. Don't try to be someone who you're not for the sake of a YouTube video. I think you should film however you want to be portrayed as and how you feel naturally comes to you, and that's going to be the best way to develop your style for your videos and set yourself apart. Smog the Terrible is asking, do you think there's a chance for LEGO Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit returning as a theme? I know there was, I think, aren't they making a Lord of the Rings show or something like that? I think there's absolutely a possibility, especially if the Lord of the Rings show gets a lot of hype, if it's really excitable. So I'd love to see that as well, because I missed out on pretty much every single Lord of the Rings / Hobbit set, and I would love to get some of those sets back and maybe some new ones inspired from whatever. I believe it's a TV show. I don't think it's a movie, but I think there's absolutely a possibility if there is a Lord of the Rings TV show in the making, so I think there's a chance. Fingers crossed. Zach's asking, hey Matt, are you, David, and Jay going to start working? When are you going to start working on the Jedi Temple? Also, do you guys plan on using all 3 of your 501st armies? We don't really know what in terms of an army we're going to use. I think we're debating on using the LEGO versions, maybe seeing if LEGO can help us out, or maybe even using some custom third-party ones. So I'm not too sure about the minifigures. Our work on the Jedi Temple is essentially tentative on if Brick Fair is happening. We should know by May 1st if Brick Fair Virginia is 100% happening or not this year. So that's going to be something exciting. So I would expect after an announcement from Brick Fair, we'll sort of go from there. If it's not happening, if the convention is canceled, we're probably going to wait maybe a little bit. We're not really too sure as of right now. Brick Productions is asking, if there's one thing you could take back and redo in your life, what would it be? I think not starting this channel earlier, because I've always had a love for LEGO, and I left LEGO for a little bit. So actually, maybe leaving LEGO in the first place. I went in my quote dark age around middle school and high school, and I really didn't pick LEGO back up until the end of my senior year of high school. So that should be something I would regret. I definitely regret going through and selling a lot of my collection. Well, more so my parents did, because I was out of it. So if I could go back and redo one thing, it would be not leaving LEGO and starting in the community earlier, because if I started 6 more years before my first video, who knows where I'd be at right now. Animation Shorts is asking, what Master Builder Series set or UCS would you like to see from the prequels? I think the most important UCS set for me, other than the Gunship, which is coming out this year, is probably a Venator. I'm not really too big on Master Builder Series sets. I got the Mos Eisley Cantina, and to be honest, it's just an okay set for me personally. UCS is where I want to see stuff. I want to see a Venator. I want to see an ARC 170. I want to see maybe a UCS droid, like ship thing, the fighters. That'd be cool. The hyena droids, excuse me. So I think UCS for me is the most important. I really don't care too much about Master Builder series sets. Jaden's asking, what are your favorite non-Lego YouTube channels? Now, to be honest, I really don't watch non-Lego YouTube that often. I mean, I know a while ago I watched Vanoss Gaming when I was super young. I watched all of his gaming videos and comedy stuff. But really, I mean, YouTube for me, I mean, other than like checking trending every once in a while, YouTube is primarily something I use to keep up with the community and see new creators and new videos posted by people. So I really don't have an answer for you, to be honest. Brick Unboxing is asking, do you think you could eventually do a Brick Fair tour in the US after COVID? Of course, I'd love to meet you, and I'm not able to fly down to fairs. I would absolutely love to do this. I want to eventually hit every US convention within the next 3 or 4 years. Obviously, the issue is financially. That's going to be very expensive, whether you're driving down to Virginia, such as myself, or if you're flying to California. I would love to do like a Brick Fair tour. That would be really cool. Bring a mock everywhere and have everyone see it. But unfortunately, just time and money is probably the biggest thing that's stopping me from doing that. But the concept is really cool, and I would actually love to do that. It's just, again, it's just those two things that are kind of hindering my ability to actually do that. But that actually sounds really fun. You know, get a group of friends with you, maybe like rent a huge RV and put like a storage thing on the back of the RV with your mocks or whatever, and just go travel the country with a bunch of friends. That actually sounds pretty cool. JK Brix is asking, I've been having trouble with my thumbnails. I keep getting black sidebars in the final image. Any suggestions? Yes, so this was an issue that I ran into when I first started. I was able to find a quick fix around. So if there's black bars on your images, is most likely not in the full resolution. So for a YouTube thumbnail, you want to be uploading your thumbnail in a 16:9 format, or 16:9 ratio, which is 1920 by 1080 or 1280 by 720. If you have black bars, it usually means that you're maybe using like a square format or a slightly longer square rectangle format. Again, if you're using a YouTube thumbnail, you want to have your resolution in a 16:9 format, not 1:1, not 4:3, 16:9. It has to be 1280 by 720 or 1920 by 1080. It's usually a really easy fix. Maybe look into your cameras, see if you can change the ratio to 16:9 or something like that. You could use YouTube for tutorials and guidance on how to do it. It's really simple. It's a very easy fix too. Who do you think would win head-to-head in fights, Knights of Ren or Praetorian Guards? Oh, I'm gonna probably say the Praetorian Guards. I think Knights of Ren were just sort of okay. I mean, it was a 6v1 against Kylo Ren at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Praetorian Guards, I feel like, would have a little bit more fight in them, so I'll go with those guys. Dutastic is asking, how do you get video ideas and motivation for your content? Honestly, looking at what other people are doing and seeing what I can inspire from that. Obviously, relevant topics, new sets come out, new news comes out, new TV shows come out. I'll usually try to make content surrounding whatever is getting the most hype and the most attention at the time. But a great way to think of content for yourself is just look at what other people are doing and don't copy them. Don't one-to-one copy what they're doing from their playbook, but obviously you can get an idea and get an inspiration from what someone's doing and then add your own little twist. And honestly, that's been a pretty big challenge, trying to make 100% individualized content that is unique, especially in what I would consider a very saturated community. But it's definitely tough, but it's also kind of fun trying to test your brain and see what ideas you can come up with. And the last question for today comes from M5 Builds. Hey buddy, if you could use any Republic gunship in a large scale mock, which design would you use? Now Mason's build, M5 Builds, I did a review of his gunship and it was great. Now while Mason's gunship model is fantastic, it's definitely one of my favorites of all time. And I've used Brick Vault's version in the past, which is also a really fun model to build. I would actually probably want to try something new if I was building a bigger mock and go with Thomas Jenkins gunship. It's a pretty renowned gunship here in the community. I'll post a picture somewhere here. It's great. I really do like the aesthetic of it. It looks like it's very, you know, it might be maybe a little bit bigger than minifigure scale, which for me would be honestly fine. But it looks like there's so much detail and everything about the gunship looks really cool, especially the front part where the cockpit and like the lime green meet, and then obviously the missile launchers on the top. I'm not too sure if there are instructions. I have to imagine there's some sort of instructions for this, but this is probably a model that I would like to try out at some point. I mean, like I said, I've had Brick Vault's version. I have the custom version from Republic Bricks. I have the Lego set version, so I think Thomas Jenkins is the next one that I want to kind of add to my gunship collection. If I had to use a bunch of them in a big mock, I feel like this would be a very, very fun one to use. So guys, thank you for watching this week's episode of Matt's Mind. If you have any questions that I didn't get to today, let me know down below in the comments. Type in your question if you want to be featured in next week's episode. Of course, drop a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Episode 50 is coming up in just about 2 weeks. We're going to hopefully plan something very special, maybe like a live stream event or something like that. But thank you guys for watching. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.